Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. This is Team Chicago Challenge. We are at Kersting's, Harley-Davidson and Yamaha, North Judson, Indiana. The Cannonball Run. The motorcycles, they started in Portland, Maine. They're riding to Portland, Oregon. They're coming right through North Judson. Hundreds of people coming out to see these bikes, to talk to these people. It's going to be a great day. So see the bikes roll in. I'm going to look at some of the bikes here. Kersting's got a great museum. Some of his bikes, some of his cars. One of the guys has already arrived, so they'll be coming in real quick. So let's see what's going on at Kersting's, Harley-Davidson, North Judson, Indiana. I should point out that all bikes on this run were built before 1928. They started in Portland, Maine. This is 1/3 of the way across the country. 2 bikes come in, a couple have already went by me when I was doing the opening. Read some of the numbers on these bikes. One of them is from Crescent City, Florida. That's Norm Nelson, and he's on that 1928 BMW. As we see, Jason Kersting directing traffic out here. Kersting's Harley-Davidson. So take a look at the original Harley-Davidson dealership. This is one of the many stops across America.
He's coming.
This crew, over 100 motorcycles, started this run. Today is September 12th. It's a Wednesday afternoon. 6 to 7 to 1,000 people have shown up here to greet these riders. Next bike, that number 16, Mike Johnson from Council Club, Iowa, from 1916 Excelsior. Another bike comes by. This is Todd Cameroon on a 1917 Harley-Davidson. He's from Monrovia, California. Now we're looking at another bike rolling in from the Cannonball Motorcycle Endurance. This is Bartek Mazurski. He's from Wilmette, Illinois. It's a 1928 Indian Scout 101. A couple more bikes rolling in, number 45 and 46. These 2 riders are all the way from Australia. Peter Artdell is on a 1928 Indian Chief, and David Reddy is on a 1928 Harley-Davidson JD. And then we spot 2 people on a motorcycle. This is Paul Orleans from San Francisco, number 38, on a Bruff Superior 1926. 108 is Joe Chance on 1928 Harley-Davidson. He's from Westfall in Iowa. As we see these bikes from the Cannonball Run crossing the area, the paved area that Kersting has to train new motorcycle riders, I spot this 1912 Excelsior twin with a belt drive. And I had the opportunity to talk to the owner, Mark Lowen.
I'm Mark Lowen. I'm from Sacramento, California. That's a 1912 Excelsior. It's a twin-cylinder belt drive, and it's a chore.
Any exciting story on the road?
Oh, we ran into a big road closure and construction, and we thought it turned into it was an accident, and they closed the highway for a while, and a little detour, and got off our miles. So finally figured out where we were, and here we are.
So how many belts you carrying with you?
I don't carry one with me.
No.
They're pretty tough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a modern. It's got a nylon core.
Right.
So they last pretty good.
Right.
This is the second time I've ridden it on the Cannonball. So first time I broke my engine. This time it's been a little champ so far.
Great. Another rider from Carmichael, California, which is a suburb of Sacramento, is Victor Buca and he's got this 1914 Harley-Davidson. We're going to talk to him about his adventure this far on the Cannonball Run.
My name is Victor Brukov, and I've got a 1914 Harley-Davidson 10E model. Had it for 42 years. I've ridden it 5 times now across the U.S.
Any adventures this time? Anything out there that you weren't expecting?
Sorry?
Anything out there on this trip so far? Any challenges or?
No. The bike really manages to run all over the challenges anyway. The worst one, we just had some accident. The road was closed and we're kind of wandering around the countryside.
The third rider from Carmichael, California is Jeremy Lowen, and he's got this 1925 Harley-Davidson, and I had the opportunity to talk to him.
My name's Jeremy Lowen. I'm riding this 1925 Harley-Davidson JD. This is my first time doing the motorcycle cannonball race. My dad's done it. This is his 3rd time. This is the bike he rode the first time he did it. Didn't make it all the way across. And now both of the bikes we're riding are rebuilt, and hopefully we're going to make all the miles. So far it's gone pretty well.
No excitement? No. How about going through the Appalachian Mountains? Was there any?
Yeah, I mean, this thing actually takes the hills pretty well. It cruises up them rather nice, so it's been pretty easy cruise on this so far. Just basic maintenance. Had to replace my primary chain last night, but other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing actually.
And where are you from?
I'm from Sacramento, California.
Oh, you are also? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. I then had a chance to talk to 2 more riders from California, this time from Santa Cruz, and they're going to tell me about the 2 1928 Indians 401s they are riding.
Dan Kraft, Santa Cruz, California. I surf every day when I'm home, so I have to give that up for a month while I do this. So the other guys are on my waves while I'm out here. So I said, hold me a spot. Now we're on here. These things are all trying to seize up, burn up, or blow up all the time.
Doug Fiensod.
Winemaker.
We don't have our T-shirt. We are the what are we?
What the Santa Cruz? No, Surf City Vintage.
Yeah, Surf City Vintage Riders. And we don't even have a T-shirt here to represent that.
We gave most of them away.
Yeah.
Tell me about the bikes.
Well, they're pretty matched.
You would like that. Put the camera on those things.
I will after we talk.
Tell them what they are.
These are a pair of matched 28 Indian 401s. They're pretty fun. You can see this one here. You can see these are really hard to negotiate. Watch this. Got your film running?
Yes.
How about that? Listen to that. Come over here. Put your camera right down here. That's like a little sewing machine. How about that? Pretty neat stuff right there.
You see get on that Cannonball logo right there. A friend of ours did that. Neil Ralph, the striper.
Looks great. So where'd you pick these bikes up?
Well, you just find them laying around sometimes if you're lucky. I've actually had this one for 25 years.
So how many cannonballs have you run?
He's done every one of them.
You've done all of them?
Yeah.
How about
no,
you?
I'm a piker. This is my 3rd and last. I'm getting too old, but I do have my grandkids coming on this one.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan and Doug, as we look at these 1928 Indian 401s. These are 4-cylinder motorcycles built in 1928. 2 great riders from Santa Cruz, California. And I ran into another rider from Santa Cruz. Let's talk to Todd right now.
Kraft, number 71, driving a 1928 Harley-Davidson JDH. Here making a pit stop along the way, the West Coast, traveling from Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon.
And any adventures?
Every day is an adventure because you don't quite know what you're going to get.
Right.
So sometimes you're on a highway, but most of the time it's backcountry roads, and you get to see all varieties of terrain, and that's probably the most exciting thing, is just being able to see where people live in different parts of our country.
So where are you
realize
from?
how beautiful it is.
Where are you from?
California.
Where?
Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, so that's your brother over there?
I have a father over there somewhere.
Is that your
probably.
father? Kraft? The
Yep.
guy with the iron patch?
Yeah.
That's your dad? I just got done talking to him.
Well, I haven't even seen him for a while. Last time I saw him, he was broken on the side of the road.
That's what he said. He had a great adventure, he said.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd, as we see 3 more bikes rolling in. What a great day at Kersting Cycle Center, Harley-Davidson, Yamaha, right here in North Judson, Indiana. Spot this Indian, this red Indian we spotted at Motoblot this year. It's a 1913 Indian twin cylinder. This bike has a 3-speed transmission and a clutch. And the owner, who we will talk to, can also watch my show every week because he lives in Lake Forest, Illinois. Let's talk to Fred Wacker.
My name's Fred Wacker, and I'm riding bike number 118, which is a 1913 Indian Twin. It was my father's bike. Lucky Indian, Lucky 13 Racing is our team, and Joe Walano is my mechanic. Frank Shadell is my engineer. And John Schnitger is the engine builder, and we got a great team. Our bike's running perfect. We've made every mile so far, and really feel blessed to have a bike that's as well prepared as this. It's running great.
Any adventures out there? Any going through the mountains or?
Yeah, you know, climbing up the mountains, going through the valleys, it's been great. The thing you have to be most careful about in Indiana is when you come to a stop sign, make sure you look both ways because the corn's too tall to see the traffic coming. But we pulled like a train up the hills in Pennsylvania, upstate New York, fantastic. Lesser bikes were pulling over, pedaling, pushing. We just kept motoring all the way up. So the thing's robust, and we got a lot to be proud about.
Thank you, Fred. In 1911, the Indians were still a belt drive. In 1912, they added a clutch. This is a 1913. It has a clutch, and it also has a 3-speed transmission. As we spot the Gucci Doctor on the back fender, that's Joe Olato. He's from North Chicago, Illinois, and he's the one that told me all about this bike when we were at Motoblot in Chicago, the street fair. You see a couple more motorcycles rolling in. This is a great day to be at Kersting's Harley-Davidson and Yamaha, North Judson, Indiana. It looks like 800 or 1,000 people have showed up. They brought custom cars. It's a great day as I spot these 3 Hendersons. The number 4 Henderson is ridden by Mark Hill, and that's a 1917. The number 14 is ridden by Lauren Hill, and that's a 1916 4-cylinder. Frank Westfall is riding the number 49 bike, and he is sponsored by Wheels Through Time Museum. Dale Waxler is a longtime friend of mine, and he owns Wheels Through Time Museum in North Carolina.
This was on my bike. Henderson Across America t-shirts. Hustling gas money. Actually got to hustle to fix my gas tank. Split.
So is Dale
Yeah,
Stein?
give me one tour. Whatever. Henderson Across America t-shirts here, $20. Joe's Deruta in the back with the wolf pack on the front. Let's do it again.
Got one of those back there?
big man.
So is Dale sponsoring you?
Yes.
I'm pretty good friends with Dale.
Dale's awesome. Let me just straighten these out.
So all three of these bikes the same?
They're all Hendersons. Yes, sir. 3X. 23. Thank you, sir. Awesome. Hey, hey. XL? Excellent. Cool. Thank you, sir.
So tell me your name and tell me about
Frank
the trip so
Westfall,
far.
Syracuse, New York. I've done this more than any fool. I've done every Cannonball, and I've done the Great Race twice on my Hendersons. The only way to see America on an old Henderson riding on the back roads across America. Henderson Across America t-shirts here, 20 bucks. Awesome, sir.
Hope I got too long. I'll give you 20.
Where are you?
So besides the gas tank, any other experiences on the road? Everything fine?
Like aluminum gas tanks, trying to lighten the load, but I don't think they're as strong as a nice steel one, okay? There's my opinion. But, you know what? I go with what my motor builder tells me to do.
Thanks a lot.
No, thank you. This is gas money and to fix my gas tank.
Beautiful thing.
You got it.
Great shirt.
Thank you, thank you.
So you got some 3Xs?
You got 2X.
Thank you, Frank. I spot this 1927 Indian Scout, and this bike came all the way from New Zealand. We had a chance to talk to the owner.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jon Turney. I'm from New Zealand. Having a great ride right across the States. It's 3,800 miles nearly, and it's 107 motorcycles, so it's a big deal to get right across. Everyone's safe. I think we had an incident today. Mike Carson's had a bit of an injury, and we're here till 23rd of September, I think. So we end up in Portland, Oregon.
Portland to Portland.
Portland to Portland.
Okay, tell me about your bike.
So the bike's 27 Scout. I bought it 18 months ago. It wasn't running, so we had a lot of work to do on it. Rebuilt another engine as well, so we've got 2 engines. And we've just come with like a box of spares and a bunch of hand tools.
So who came with? You got someone else riding support?
Yeah, I've got my son Rob and his uncle Gavin. So they're my road crew, and they're just looking after me day to day. And I roll in and they service the bike, and we go and have a sleep. We're getting pretty tired.
Right.
But it's just been magnificent, and everyone's so welcoming.
Great.
Thoroughly enjoying it.
Thank you, John. And now I spot this wicker sidecar, and I had a chance to talk to this threesome from Wisconsin, and we start with Lynn Jevicky.
Riding in the sidecar?
Yeah.
Well,
tell me your name first.
My name's Lynn Jevicky. I'm from Cincinnati. I'm Doc's girlfriend, and this is my first Cannonball. And we started in Portland, Maine. And this is my ride, this 1913 wicker sidecar. And it's actually very comfortable. That's the first question everybody says. Is it comfortable? Yes, it is comfortable. So, it's your turn.
Tell me about the bikes. Your name?
I'm Steve Doc Hopkins
Right.
from Bondwell, Wisconsin, 20 miles from Lambeau Field. Anyway, we're riding a 1916 Harley-Davidson that I built from parts and pieces, kind of like Johnny Cash, piece at a time.
Yeah.
Put this sidecar on here for Lynn to ride in, and I did the Cannonball in 2016 and had a perfect score with this motorcycle. Of the 100 that left, only 16 made it with a perfect score, and I was number 10 of those 16. So they said I'd never do it with a sidecar, but I did. So now we're trying it again. See if it's going to work.
Okay, and your name?
I'm Kersting, Duck's daughter, and this is my first Cannonball. This is my bike here that I'm riding. It's a 1922 Harley, and I'm just excited to be here.
So tell me about riding a bike. Any challenges with a tank shift and?
It's a little bit of getting used to, you know. I've been riding motorcycles for years. I also drag race nitro Harleys, so I'm no stranger to motorcycles. But you know, had to learn a little tricks of the trade with driving a bike with a foot clutch and hand shift. So.
Thank you, Lynn, Kersting, and Doc. And now we spot another rider from Wisconsin. This is Chris Tribby. We talked to him at the Badger AMCA meeting at Rhonda's Firehouse in Kenosha. This is a 1911 Excelsior. This motorcycle was made in Chicago. It is a belt drive, single-cylinder motorcycle. It is 107 years old, and Chris is riding it across America.
So how are you?
Fine. Ready to go. Ready to go.
How's the bike holding up?
Beautiful.
Good. Tires doing well?
Yeah, everything's
You never put any brakes on those, did you? Has that been a handicap?
Well, they're challenging.
I should point out that one side of this tank is for oil and the other side is for gasoline. It has a drip system for the oil. And so we're going to watch Chris do a little maintenance on this rear wheel. He's using the stock 1911 wheel using a coaster brake. And now it's time to head west from Kersting's, Harley-Davidson, and Yamaha. I'm going to follow a few of these great motorcycles heading west. We're going to turn left here. This is Indiana 39 State Highway. We will travel approximately 2 miles south and turn right and head west again. I believe this is a BMW motorcycle. It could belong to Brent Hansen from Sebastopol, California. It might be a 1926 BMW. It's painted black and it's got white pinstriping. And now we see some motorcycles crossing 421, riding two up on that Bruff Superior that is Paul d'Orleans from San Francisco. The Bruff Superior was considered the Rolls Royce of motorcycles back in the day. They're now catching up with Kersting Hailing. She's on that 1922 Harley-Davidson J model. And right in front of her is her dad, Doc Hopkins, with his girlfriend, Lynn Jevicky, in that wicker sidecar. We can see Christian is running a good solid pace. Not as quick as she would be if she was on her Nitro Harley drag bike. As you can see, these two motorcycles are going down the highway very smartly and smoothly. Doc is on a 1916 Harley-Davidson Model J. The wicker sidecar is a 1913. If you could see that this combination runs true and straight. As we see three Nortons going by, number 77 is Richard Asprey's on a 1915 Norton. 116 was Keith Martin on a 1925 Norton. And Chris Perry was on 115. It's a 1923 Norton. As we see Chris Tribby come by on that Excelsior, he's pedaling a little bit to get up to speed. And I catch up with Chris on the highway as we continue west. We're in northern Indiana. It's a beautiful day to be on the road. This is the motorcycle Cannonball Run from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. This 107-year-old motorcycle looks great, heading down the highway, and it sounds wonderful. The new organization doing the cross-country vintage run is Trans-American Motorcycle Endurance. Their website is motorcycletransam.com, motorcycletransam.com. For Kersting's Harley-Davidson, what a great museum and shop, it's kerstingcycle.com, kerstingcycle.com. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics, to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's Kersting's Museum, the World of Motorcycle Museum, located right with the dealership. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. And to pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package, go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois. But give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com, and we're going to have a Yamaha Ticket to Ride June 13th, 14th, 15th, and I will be there on the 13th. If you want to learn everything there is to know about motorcycles, it is Walnut Swap. We got one in Monroe, Michigan, Springfield, Ohio, Morris, Illinois, Woodstock, Illinois, Oregon, Illinois, with the Rock River Hill Climb Club grounds in Oregon, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in.